Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will present about financial statement. Our group decided to choose question 3, which is nabilah berhad. Before we begin the presentation, let we introduce ourselves first. My name is Cewan Fatin Nabilah binti Cewan Fadhil. My matrix number is 04DAT19F1016.
Hi, my name is Fadhilah binti Ali. My registration number is 04DAT19F1087. I'm from class D83C.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Adha bin Abdullah. My matrix number is 04DAT19F1010.
My name is Fatin binti Abdullah. My matric number is 04-19F1028.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Afrina binti Nazli. My matric number is 04-19F1019.
In this question, there are just required notes to account, statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of financial position. Trial balance, land and buildings, motor vehicles, plant and machinery, investment as code, and goodwill in SOP, inventory, SOCI, trade receivables and trade payables in SOP, bank SOP, 160,000, 10% preference shares at RM1 each, 100,000 ordinary share at RM4 each, general reserve, retained profits in SOP, and segment of changes equity. 8% debenture SOP, interest on debenture interim, ordinary shares, dividend interim in segment of changes equity. Provision for doubtful debts 1st January 2018 in SOP. Bad debts, rent receivable, insurance expenses, advertisement expenses, directors' emolument, sales purchases in SOCI, accumulated depreciation plant and machinery, accumulated depreciation motor vehicles in SOP, and lastly, office staff salaries in SOCIs.
Okay, so today is on the balance sheet. I'm going to share note that I have made. So we are gonna start off by explaining note 1. We will see the closing inventory is 93,550 should be placed in the statement of comprehensive income and statement of financial position. After that, the second note I will explain how to calculate depreciation and accumulated depreciation for nabilah berhad. Firstly, depreciation for plant and machinery 5% annually using on cost method. Okay, we need use the original cost price so that 200,000 multiply that the rate which is 5% and that an amount of is 10,000 in statement of comprehensive income. So accumulated depreciation, if we look at the account, is now going to be a total of 30,000 plus 1,000 is equal to 40,000. The written down is now going to be the original cost price of 200,000 less accumulated depreciation so far, which we know is 40,000, and that is equal to 160,000. So that it's four statement of financial position under non-current asset. Secondly, depreciation for motor vehicle 50% annually using on reducing balance. Now we have to calculate depreciation. The cost less accumulated depreciation carry from last year. So 150,000 minus 28,800 equal 12,120 and should multiply with 50%. So the total get is 18,118 will be included in statement of comprehensive income under expenses. So, accumulated depreciation, if we look at the account, is now going to be a total of 28,800 plus 8,118, which is equal to 46,918. The written down is now going to be the cost of motor vehicle 150,000 less accumulated depreciation 46,930, and you will get the amount 103,020 and place in statement in financial position. Now we go to note 3, provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt is estimated to be a 5% on trade receivable. The amount trade receivable is 68,000 should multiply with 5% and the equal 3,400. Okay, now 3,400 less 4,000 in the account is equal negative 600. Here something to explain. Remember adjustment to provision for doubtful debt. How do we record it? Well, we record the adjustment to draft provision for doubtful debt. If the adjustment of the new provision for doubtful debt has increased, it goes under other expenses, and if it has decreased, it goes under income or revenue. So, if you are in provision in previous period and we have a new provision. If the old provision is greater than the new provision, then you put in under other income. And trade receivables 68,000 minus 3,400, which give us the 64,600. 64,600 put in statement of financial position under current asset. Next, we have to note 4, accrued expenses for audit fee 500. First, the amount for audit fee 500 should put in statement of comprehensive income under expenses, and accrued audit fee 500 put in statement of financial position under current liability. And similarly for director emolument, the amount 40,000 have to plus with accrued director emolument as on 1,100 to get a total 41,100 will be placed in the statement of comprehensive income. For accrued director emolument, 1,000 is placed in current liability on statement of financial position. After that, Note 5 insurance expenses is for 12 months beginning from 1st July 2018. The calculation of insurance expenses start from July until December, which is 6 months. The calculation of SIP per 12 is multiplied by 48,000 from the trial balance and answer is 24,000 is included in the statement of comprehensive income. And then 48,000 minus 24,000 which is equal 24,000. 24,000 is the prepaid insurance must place in statement of financial position under current asset. Beside that, we go to note 6 first Roman. Transfer 4,000 to general reserve. We have got 18,000 in the trial balance have to plus with 4,000 that give me 84,000. So it put on statement of financial position. So transfer in 4,000 general reserve must be added in statement in changes in equity. Next, note 6 to Roman. Propose a 5% dividend on ordinary share. The calculation is 5% multiplied by 400,000 and the answer is 20,000. So 20,000 must to minus which interim dividend 15,000 which is equal to 5,000 and 5,000 must take in changes in equity and statement of financial position. In addition to note 6.3 Roman, propose a final dividend in preference share. Therefore, 10% taken from the trial balance should be multiplied by 160,000 from preference share to get the answer which is 16,000 will be placed in the changes in equity and statement of financial position. Finally, note 7 is income tax rate is 25%. To calculate is 25% have to multiply with 296,870 from profit before tax in statement of comprehensive income. To get the answer is 74,217.50 cents. To put the answer in statement comprehensive income. That's all for me. Thank you. I hope you guys understand what I explained.
I want to talk about Statement of Comprehensive Income for the year ended 31 December 2018. Firstly, write the sale and take the amount from the trial balance, which is 668,200. Then, put the amount in the last box. Secondly, to get the cost of goods sold, write the opening inventory and take the sum from the trial balance, which is 69,550. Then write the purchase and take the sum from the trial balance, which is 241,550, and we add the total opening inventory with purchase to 311,100. Then subtract with the closing inventory and take the amount from the notes to account, that is 93,550. After subtracting, we will get the total cost of goods sold, which is 270,550. To get the total of gross profit, we have to take the total sale minus the total cost of goods sold and get a total of 450,650. After get the total of gross profit, add revenue, which is rent receivable, with a total of 22,000 taken from the trial balance, and provision of doubtful debt with a total of 600 taken from the notes to account, and get total to 473,250. Lastly, we subtract with expenses, which is bad debt, with total of 1,600, plus with insurance expenses 24,000, plus with advertisement amount to 33,000. After that, plus director emolument amount to 41,100, and plus with depreciation plan and machinery amount to 10,000 or so, and plus the depreciation of motor vehicle amount to 18,118. After that, add with Audi fee amounting to 500, and also add office staff salary amount to 48,000, and total expenses is 176,380. To get the profit before tax is total of gross profit plus revenue minus expenses, and get a total 296,870, and minus with tax of 74,270.5, and finally we get the profit after tax is 222,652.5.
In statement of changes in equity for the year ended 31st December 2018, there are 4 things in changes in equity, which is ordinary share, preference share, general reserve, also and retained profit. Balance BD for amount ordinary share, preference share, general reserve and retained profit taken from trial balance, which is 400,000 ringgit, 160,000 ringgit, 80,000 ringgit and 147,300 ringgit. For amount profit for the year is 222,652.5, and put that amount into the retained profit column. That amount is taken from statement of comprehensive income, that is profit after tax. For appropriations, that is transferred to general reserve, is taken from notes to account, which is 4,000 ringgit, and put it into general reserve column, also and retained profit column. For interim dividend is ordinary share and preference share, which is 15,000 ringgit and 4,000 ringgit, and then put that amount into retained profit column. It is taken from trial balance. For proposed dividend, that is ordinary share and preference share, which is 5,000 ringgit and 60,000 ringgit, and put it into retained profit column. It is taken from notes to account. And lastly, total of balance CD for ordinary share is 400,000 ringgit, preference share is 160,000 ringgit, To get total balance CD of general reserve, balance BD plus transfer to general reserve, and we get 84,000 ringgit. To get total of retained profit is balance BD plus profit for the years subtract transfer to general reserve, ordinary share and preference share of interim dividend, also and minus ordinary share and preference share of proposed dividend, and finally the total of retained profit is 325,925.5. That's all from me. Thank you.
Statement of financial position as at 31st December 2018. In the statement of financial position, we have 5 content. It is non-current asset, current liabilities, issue and paid up capital, and last non-current liabilities. Firstly, non-current asset. We have 5 non-current assets, which is land and building. The amount just take from trial balance 480,000. Second, motor vehicle 103,020. Take from note to account number 2. 3. Plants and machinery 160,000. Take from note to account number 2. Investment as a quoted 140,600 from trial balance. Last, goodwill 24,000 also take from trial balance. After we put all the number, we need to add all the number. It will be 907,620. For current asset, we have 5 content. Trade receivable 68,000 take from trial balance and must be minus with provision debtful debt. Take from notes to account 3,400. So trade receivable will be 64,000. In current asset also have bank 88,000. Take from trial balance. Closing inventory take from note to account number 1, and prepaid insurance expenses 24,000 number 5 from note to account. Total for current asset is 270,150. For current liabilities, have trade payable for 41,000 take from trial balance. Accurate audit fee 500 from notes to account number 4. Accurate directors emolument 1,100 take from note to account also number 4. Tax payable 74,217.50 take from comprehensive income. For proposed dividend, we have ordinary share 5,000 and preference share 16,000 take from notes to account number 6, 2 Roman and 3 Roman. To get working capital, current asset minus current liabilities, then we get 178,017.50 and plus with non-current asset 907,620. So we get 1,039,952.50. Issue and paid up capital have ordinary share 400,000, preference share 160,000, just take from trial balance. Then general reserve 84,000 take from changes equity. Return profit 325,952.50. Total all and we get 969,952.50. Last, non-current liability have debentures only 70,000 take from trial balance. So to get the balance, we should total with issue paid and paid up capital. So we get 1,039,952.50 cents.